I've always hated multi-streaming, both as a viewer and as a streamer, mostly because no matter what people say, streamers always have a preferred platform, and that chat experience will simply be better, with them tending to ignore the other platforms.
OJ, you're wrong. I multi-stream and I don't do that.
Bullshit, Billy. It is fundamentally impossible. Today, I'm going to prove that, while also pointing out 3 major problems with multi-streaming. And you know what? Fuck it, let's go some BuzzFeed. The final problem, I don't think you'll actually be able to overcome, and is always going to hold back multi-streaming. But before we get to that little bit of retention bait, let me explain a situation for you. You're live on Twitch and YouTube, and on one platform, let's say Twitch, the chat is more active. You've got a few more viewers, so you're replying to them more often. The other chat, YouTube, lacks context as to what you're replying to unless you merge your chats on screen. But oops, that's technically against terms of service. But if we do it anyway, it doesn't matter because the overlay moves on. More messages push the others off screen, and unlike a chat box in the browser, I can't scroll back and see what I missed. This keeps happening. YouTube is being missed more and more, and then what's this? You get a few subs on Twitch, maybe some bits, or a hype train. You tell everyone to spam hype emotes to thank the supporters, and YouTube has no idea what's going on. They can't spam the same emotes, they can't use the same commands. The features are completely different, and they are missing out. You're live for over 4 hours, and slowly you watch as YouTube's average viewers dip more and more as this keeps happening.
OJ, this is shit. It's a hypothetical. This doesn't happen.
No, this isn't hypothetical, and this does happen. As a streamer, I tested multi-streaming for about a month, and every single stream, this happened to one platform or the other. As a viewer, I watch multi-streams, and it happens almost every single stream. If you're in the wrong place, you miss out. Seriously, go find a streamer who is multi-streaming on YouTube, someone who's small enough to actually be able to see both chats. Talk in their stream. You will probably be ignored if you are on the platform with less viewers. And this example is just between YouTube and Twitch, which arguably are the most similar in culture. Don't even get me started on listening to someone thank Bootyman69 on TikTok for sending a lollipop and 2 galaxies, because that is even weirder and more confusing. I have no idea what that means. And that's not even beginning to talk about the technical limitations of these platforms. To actually multi-stream, you have 2 choices. Use a relay like Restream, or use plugins like ATM to directly stream to multiple platforms. The first means streaming to a service, and then the service transmits the exact same stream to every platform, which sounds great until you realize this forces the stream to be the lowest quality platform, which right now is Twitch. If you stream 1080p 60 frames per second on YouTube, you can set a bitrate of 15,000, 20,000, 30,000, and it will look beautiful. But if you streamed 15,000 bitrate to the relay, it would blow Twitch out of the water. It couldn't handle it because Twitch's bitrate cap is between 6,000 and 8,000. So when you do multi-stream to a relay, you have to set it to Twitch's low standard. And that means every single YouTube multi-streamer has VODs that, and this is a technical term, look like wet hot shit. And if you didn't know, one of the main reasons to stream to YouTube is so that you have VODs that are there forever that anyone can watch and can gain new viewers for the rest of your channel's life, which isn't gonna work if, again, they look like wet hot shit. Okay, so let's use ATM or another plugin to do it directly to multiple platforms. Sure, now we can set YouTube to 15,000 and Twitch to 7,000, except now you also need to have much better internet and hardware because you're literally encoding and streaming to multiple platforms. And from my experience, most streamers' hardware and internet is barely able to stream to just one platform. And don't even get me started on how relay services cause so many dropouts, glitches, delays, and more that destroy your viewer experience and in turn your view count. Speaking of experiences for viewers, let's talk copyright. If I went live right now on Twitch playing a game while listening to my top 100 favorite anime intro songs, I'd probably be okay. My VOD might get muted, but I could delete the VOD after. Heck, I might get a copyright strike, but the odds are low because the platform just isn't built to handle this stuff properly. Now, I don't recommend using music or content you don't own, even if Twitch sucks at detecting it. This is just an example because a lot of you are already risking this. But here's the thing, if I was also multi-streaming to YouTube or TikTok at the same time as Twitch, I'd give it 15 seconds into listening to Ultimate Battle by Akira Kushida before my entire stream is taken offline. And I don't just mean those 15 seconds. I mean the entire stream, the VOD, everything about it will be taken offline and nobody will ever be able to see it. KSI just did this to Ludwig. This isn't just music either, this also makes reacting live on stream incredibly difficult for YouTube streamers, as they need to actually reach out to the creator to get permission to watch the content and have their channel greenlit through YouTube or risk copyright issues. Which you could argue sucks, but also these protections work for your content as well, so it's hard to complain. Now, this might not seem like a multi-streaming issue, but it is, because adding more platforms means more rules, more concerns, and more problems that can occur. If a viewer links you a funny video and you're just live on Twitch, you can probably react to it. But if you're multi-streaming, there's almost no way in hell. That said, when I was testing multi-streaming, I actually didn't struggle with this because I used today's sponsor, Epidemic Sound. I've been using Epidemic Sound for over 5 years now, and I've been paying for it myself all of that time because of a lot of different reasons. I could say it's the 40,000 songs of every single genre that sound like real music and are such high quality that they uplift every moment of my stream or video. Or maybe I could say it's the 90,000 sound effects that I subtly use just to round out a piece of content and take it to the next level without you guys even noticing. But the truth is, the main reason I use it is because I spend so long planning, preparing, scripting, editing, and releasing content that I'm deeply invested in, that I do not have the time or energy to deal with copyright issues. And because Epidemic Sound is entirely restriction-free and safe to use, I've never since day one of using them had to worry about a single platform. So if you want to not just uplift your content to be far more engaging for viewers, but also be worry-free from now on, check out Epidemic Sound with the link in the description for a free trial and use code STREAMSCHEME50 to get 50% off for the next 2 months. Okay, let's get back into the ranting. Now, I did promise you some retention bait, but before we get there, we need to talk about how multi-streaming is actually hurting a lot of YouTubers and TikTokers right now. In short, YouTube and TikTok are primarily offline content. You're making highly edited, discoverable, and interesting videos or short format and uploading them for people to watch endlessly for years to come. These are very different to streams, and some creators are finding that by filling their channels, YouTube in particular, up with scheduled streams or old VODs, they're actually stopping their other content from getting views. And worse, even content that was previously performing is dying off. And the views aren't going to the stream or the VODs, they're just going. So why is this happening? And is it actually a multi-streaming issue? Well, to cover that, we finally have to talk about the retention bait. Every platform has a different culture. Every platform prefers different content, and every platform will promote differently. Twitch is heavily collaborative, it's very community focused, and while big hyped events, challenges, or interesting concepts can and do perform, they're not always needed. You can go live and play a game, chat to your audience, and have a pretty great stream. But on YouTube, you're competing with literally every other massive creator with an amazing thumbnail and title. You need an interesting concept. You need a reason to click. You need a goal or payoff promised to viewers to keep them watching the stream and VOD all the way to the end. And to add, you need to schedule that stream with a title and thumbnail so they know it's happening. If you don't do these things, your YouTube stream will likely underperform, and in turn, the VOD will as well. So if you're a Twitch streamer just going live and having a good time who suddenly starts multi-streaming without doing all of that, you're just flooding YouTube with lower quality content that won't perform. And when it doesn't perform, your other content, those highly edited amazing videos, seem to suffer as well. Now don't get me wrong, you're right. Technically this isn't a multi-streaming problem. It's more that people are streaming content to their YouTube and TikTok that doesn't appeal to their YouTube and TikTok viewers. They're not putting effort in to appeal to the same viewership that they built with their offline content. The thing is though, it does seem to be happening more and more to people who are multi-streaming. They are splitting themselves between multiple platforms who all want different things, and they aren't able to cater to all of them. This is the same reason why so many creators think TikTok is a bad place for streaming. They're not adapting to the platform and instead are trying to treat it like Twitch, and then getting mad when the viewers don't enjoy it. But how do we solve all of this, and when should we multi-stream? Well, when I went live on Twitch and Stream Scheme's YouTube and only talked about stream advice, it performed really well because it was the exact same audience and they wanted the exact same thing. I managed to get around 80 to 100 average viewers on both streams without any announcement or posts about going live for the first time in 2 years. And the only issue that occurred was when Twitch started bombarding me with subs and I got a hype train, and then YouTube felt left out. So the short answer, Make sure if you're streaming to a platform, you understand what those viewers want. And if you've noticed your streams have hurt your videos or vertical, try refocusing on what viewers want. Try unlisting old VODs or take a break from multi-streaming to see if the views come back naturally. When I ran my month-long multi-streaming test to my side channel, I had all of these issues because, again, I was trying to balance Twitch and YouTube cultures. When I saw views dip, I paused. I unlisted my old VODs, I cancelled my scheduled YouTube stream, and within a week, all of my videos were back, bringing in 10,000 views a day. I don't think I'll multi-stream again anytime soon, because if I wanted to stream on multiple platforms, I'd likely just test each individually, give each platform dedicated content, see which one performed the best, and then I would pick which one to stream on. Look, if you take one thing away from today, let it be this. Quantity does not equal growth. Being on every platform is far less valuable than just doing one platform extremely well. You should be focusing on making the highest quality discoverable content you can. And before you bring up Ninja or Tim the Tap Man or any other giant creator who's doing just fine, yes, of course, a lot of people are doing fantastic with multi-streaming, but most of the people who are already massive and can do whatever they want. This video is discussing being a small to medium creator. It is my experience and the experience of a dozen or so Twitch partners with between 100 to 500 CCV. So instead of bringing up giant creators in the comments, instead, how has it worked for you? Let me know whether or not you're going to multi-stream, whether you've enjoyed multi-streaming. Let's get a conversation around it because this is heavily debated. And if you do want to learn how to do it yourself, there is a link right here.